Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Inazak and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, it is the 2nd June 2024. Christmas List was arrested on 28th May 2024. And without a doubt, it is day 4 in jail, so speaking. And Christmas List had to speak out on the ordeal behind the bars. So let's listen to this audio and let's capture with the grip and let it distill in us. Then we'll come back and start giving more explanation. We'll start depicting the picture that Christmas List is trying to paint. So without further ado, let's the video roll in.
Still here. I'm still here, still locked up. Today's day 4. I'm in the hole. I don't know how else to put it. There's no daylight, no nothing. No humans, no nothing. It's not fun. Hopefully I see a judge on Monday and the judge lets me out, gives me some freedom, some bail. Yeah, sleeping on the concrete. There's no pillows, no blankets. I guess as bad as bad could be. But everything will be good. That's just it. Yeah. Still here. I'm still here, still locked up. Today's day 4. I'm in the hole. I don't know how else to put it. There's no daylight, no nothing. No humans, no nothing. It's not fun. Hopefully I see a judge on Monday and the judge lets me out, gives me some freedom, some bail. Yeah, sleeping on the concrete. There's no pillows, no blankets. I guess as bad as bad could be, but everything will be good. That's just it. Yeah, still here. I'm still here, still locked up. Today's day 4. I'm in the hole. I don't know how else to put it. There's no daylight, no nothing. No humans, no nothing. It's not fun. Hopefully I see a judge on Monday and the judge lets me out, gives me some freedom.
So guys, you've just heard the video, and that is Christmas List is speaking. So majority of people ask, if Christmas List is still in jail, so how come Christmas List is making calls and this audio, and who is behind the video and who is recording? Remember, the global affair is into this matter. Human Rights International is into this matter. The attorney also is into this matter. So they need to check up Christmas List all the time, and they need to give us the update of what is happening. And such kind of an update also, it will be used in the court as an evidence and as the treatment Christmas List got while he was still in the custody. Well, one information that you are getting from that audio, that Christmas List is going hungry, is going dry, no food, it's been captured, no nothing. That one is against the human right and degrading itself. So sad. The issue number 2, it is no blanket. Basic rights also denied. Christmas List is just sleeping with no mattress. Another one, Christmas List is saying freedom, and he believes that on a Monday it shall be reigned before the court of justice. And this one is after the attorney, which in this case I consider the attorney was so clever, because the police never wanted to present Christmas List before the court. They wanted to railroad Christmas List for the longest, and for the revenge, and to pay some kind of things that the police believe that Christmas List responded badly to them. So there is this thing that we call the habeas corpus. So the habeas corpus, this is an application that is being made an attorney through the judge, and the judge will give a order and term it habeas corpus. So habeas corpus, it is an order from a judge and from the court seeking for the accuser or for the offender to be arraigned in court within a specified period of time, whether the said person is dead or alive. Or in case of a lost person, and people believe that you are the last person who was seen with the person and the person doesn't know where this guy is, therefore habeas corpus application will be made to order you as a person to produce the said person, the said missing person, within specified period, whether alive or dead. So that was the specified application that was specifically made by the court. And then the police had to obey the court order, and the Christmas list, it's going to be taken to court on a Monday. So let's wait and see the verdict. So all those kind of application shall be more important when deciding this case. How police behave with the Christmas list before, what happened with the specific number of period when a culprit, with the offender also must be presented to the court. That one again also negates the principle of fair trial, the principle of justice. And that's why I've been saying something that most Trinidad people don't want to hear, that this case might flop, that the sedition case might fail because it's failing on a technicality, on a technical ground, such that the two wrongs cannot make a right. How the victim and how the offender was processed was not dignified. Are you there? That's why my hand is still blowing the police, whether they will still want to continue with this case or not. Whether they're playing picky-ponky game and want to railroad Christmas list for the longest before actually present him to court. Whether case goes through or not goes through is none of the police business, because all they wanted is to torture. I'm thinking so. So all these words is not from me. All this word is from Christmas list. And Christmas list at the number 4 is saying he believes the judge is going to grant him his freedom back because he really longs to be outside there and do what he loves. So all this word is specifically for Chris. And the audio that you've heard is from Chris. So for people who want to come at my comment section, start to tell me that I'm not a lawyer. I know I'm not a lawyer. I'm a novice. But law is purely English words. Are you there? It's understandable. You can read it. It can desilt in you. And you can argue it out specifically. So for those who want to blame, you know where to take your blame game. Not to me. I'm just a YouTuber. Chris was a YouTuber. The evidence I'm showing you, it's from YouTube that is published outside there. Therefore, I'm reacting on them. So, blame game, take it to the original source. Another important update from my last video I did about the sedition law that Christmas list was charged with. It is a fact that sedition law was phased out by High Court in Trinidad in 2020. So what I wasn't clear, and the new twist is, in the same 2020, there was an appeal that was done in the appellate court in Trinidad that took long until 2021. Therefore, the court of appeal or the appellate court in Trinidad stayed the order, which means they revived and revised that law, which means they reinstated the sedition law. And as we speak now, today going forward, the sedition law is into practice. Are you there? But there are other reservations and a mixed reaction that people are pulling forth over here. Are you there? People believe, and even an attorney believe, that such kind of a law is a cake, and the law itself, it is in the negation It negates and interfere with the inherent right and freedoms of people to communicate. For a free press, and sometimes the government themselves might use this archaic law for their personal vendetta, for their vicious expedition that the court itself cannot pronounce. Are you there? So listen to the attorney who was handling this case with the Christmas list. Again, these words are not for me. I'm not a lawyer, and the lawyer is talking, and we are in concurrence with an attorney.
As YouTuber Chris Hughes remains in custody awaiting his hearing on Monday, questions and concerns continue to be raised over him being charged with sedition and the circumstances of his arrest. Hughes was charged on Wednesday. However, an application for a writ of habeas corpus was made on his behalf, which sought to have the matter heard expeditiously to justify his detention. In a leaked voice note, Hughes described being contacted by a police officer who urged him to visit the police station for questioning. But the problems had just begun for the vlogger, who refused this request, insisting that he committed no crime. Contacted for comment today, Hughes' attorney Kristen Williams said he was instructed not to speak on the issue. But attorney Kyle Taklal Singh describes TNT's sedition law as archaic, saying the parameters of the offense were too broad and could be abused by the authorities.
The sedition offense requires that speech must incite violence in order for something to constitute the offense of sedition. So police and the prosecutorial arms will have to be guided by that. But the more fundamental issue is that sedition is too much of a restriction on freedom of speech in a democratic society.
Fellow YouTuber David Hoffman, who also visited TNT, posted a video offering his support to Hughes while highlighting the importance of travel vloggers.
As YouTubers traveling the world, where's the line between freedom of speech and what we're doing to create art and give truth to people? I love Trinidad. I eat doubles everywhere I go.
Throughout TNT's history, charges of sedition are few and far between, but it's clear that the latest incident has attracted attention both at home and abroad.
So from that clip itself and video, you've just seen an attorney speaking the same thing that I've been telling you, and others have been coming here because they feel that I'm interfering with the Trinidad law. I cannot even change. I've got no oomph. I cannot even dare think of changing Trinidad laws. My work is only to vex and only to poke holes, to argue and to see the merits and demerits, whether this kind of treatment is wanted for, whether the sedition law in this day modern society can still be used. Well, an attorney from that video is speaking boldly and clearly. We are in concurrence with the attorney. Well, it is archaic, the sedition law, because it doesn't correspond with the principal needs of democracy into the modern world of today. Just because it curtails the freedom of speech, freedoms of press. Because that law itself is so harsh, and the police and authority do misuse such kind of laws whenever their pitfalls, whenever their delinquencies are perforated or are shown. So this is the law that they will run to take refuge of. This is the law that they will use to gag people. Free press, and people must talk. Are you there? Chris just did a film, show what was happening, and even I saw another video that even the Trinidadian people were talking about the police act. They're saying arresting Christmas Reese was wrong because no one incited no one. Christmas Reese just showed what is happening, that the government itself and the police are sleeping over it. And this is why I was saying the police was on a revenge. That's why I was saying the police weren't happy because there's something that they're hiding, because they've been exposed. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. Are you there? So, an attorney also is going ahead and telling us that for this law of sedition to be used seditiously, is saying someone had to incite people and fund them, and that kind of distinction must be made and must be clearly drawn and seen. So, in the case of Christmas list, if you go and watch those videos, there wasn't incitement. And in fact, all along the Christmas list was saying in those videos was people couldn't be profiled. Seeing every black man walking in the street, maybe lonely and living a destitute life, doesn't make someone a criminal or a gang. And that was the message. That was not an incitement, that was an awareness. Are you there? Christmas list even went ahead and advised people and advised them to stop the war and to stop such kind of activities. So the lawyer is putting it in, an attorney is talking. I'm not a lawyer, I am a novice, but I'm educated. Law is just pure English and some kind of jargon here and there. If you are educated enough and you can cast your knowledge so deep, there are some other issues that you can understand and you don't need lawyer. You understand? So before you portion blame on me, portion blame from the source. Portion blame to the attorney. Portion blame to the Trinidad lady who yesterday came and told us about the sedition law that was faced in 2021. Now, that one has been corrected and a new update has come that 2021, immediately after the High Court faced that sedition law out. Therefore, it was appealed at the appellate court and the decision of the High Court was overturned. Then the law of sedition was reinstated back. However, some principle of human rights are still in negation with this kind of law. And the attorney presenting Christmas list and very many people elsewhere, an international lawyer, they are saying the sedition law is a cake in this matter. And it doesn't correspond with the needs of democracy. And that's what I'm saying, and we are in concurrence with it. So, take it or leave it. On the other news, Deemwango exited or leaves Trinidad. And this one is coming at the backdrop of very many happening in Trinidad, that Deemwango came out and spoke about it. Well, Deemwango's evacuation brings a lot of reaction, so to speaking, a mixed reaction from non-quarters. So the lazy gang has got questioned. Even by the time Deemwango was still in Trinidad, people were calling Deemwango to come out and talk about the issue of Christmas list. The lazy gang could take it up that Deemwango doesn't want to talk to aid a friend that is betraying his Christmas list. Well, Deemwango kept quiet. Deemwango couldn't even talk about them. So, Deemwango, after exiting Trinidad, Deemwango came out in a live and had to say this so that people could understand. People with mixed reaction and hate towards him and towards any action and towards Chris must set this forthwith so that we can avoid in meddling in issues that Deemwango knows better. So let's hear what Deemwango had to say.
In Trinidad. If you don't know, like, I don't know, but I think majority of you guys know Chris was arrested in Trinidad. And, man, like, you know, guys, as much as, how can I put it? As much as you guys will be like, oh, free Christmas list, but you guys are just saying from the comfort of your beds, from the comfort of your homes. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. Like, you know, the government just has to deal with it. Like, man, it's crazy. And you know, when you're all of you doing the same thing, because, you know, even it came to a point now, they're trying to say, like, he doesn't have proper working visa for Trinidad. And that's when Chris was like, no, I didn't come here to work. You know, creating content is part of me, like, it's just a hobby, just like playing basketball. So it got to this point now, it was trying to get worse in that now they could try to, this is what I was feeling, they could try to get all of us and be like, you all need working visas to come to do what you are doing, you understand? And it was getting crazy. So what if now they come for me and be like, all right, you don't have a working visa here, you came with a tourist visa or permission, but now you're creating content which is not as per what you are permitted to do here. Like, what could you do? What could you do? Just tell me. Hey, it's crazy. So to me, I was like, man, like the energy level was so low, because now you don't know, like, what's next. Like, you really don't know, you know, the thing. As much as there's no criminal offense you've created and everything, but now just imagine if they wake up and come for me and be like, hey, you came here as a tourist, you need a working visa, because they also got to that point like, oh, you came here to work, you need a proper working visa to come and work. And Chris was like, no, this is not work, this is just part of me, just like how I played basketball the other day doesn't mean I'm a basket.
So from that video you saw, Deemwango is speaking an issue of importance, and she has stated all the reasons why he had to move, and again stated all the reasons why he couldn't speak about the issue that was happening while she was still in Trinidad. So let's look at the reasons why Deemwango had to leave Trinidad, even though people are versing out why Deemwango has left. Others are doing reaction saying, oh, Deemwango escaped. Well, everybody has got his or her own decision. Whether you are in a group, whether you're doing any other kind of things, your individual instincts and decision works best. Well, interpretation of other people, sometimes notwithstanding, but your safety matters as an individual. So decision you make your own self, it is based on your own rational parameter, instincts, and decision making going forward. So, well, Deemwango went ahead and said that she lacked morale. There was no morale and oomph of going to do content in Trinidad at the precipice of arrest, at the precipice of rumors, and at the precipice of bad energy that was now in the street, because people were now talking. Are you there? You could see, even along the street, when Deemwango also took in the street, at the comment section, mixed feelings. People could tell D, you must leave now. People could tell D, you are the next. On the street, now people could even ask, yeah, I saw you with the Christmas list. People could ask, are you a Jamaican? People also started waging war about Jamaican and Trinidad, because there was some kind of vile comparisons that Trinidad don't like Jamaicans. Others were saying Jamaicans also are problem makers when they go to Trinidad. That's why the Trinidad people don't like them. I don't have the facts. Those are the comments trickling in. So with those kind of mixed reaction, Deemwango lost morale, and Deemwango was justified to leave. And to my own perception, I'm in concurrence with Deemwango. It was time Deemwango left Trinidad. It doesn't matter the vexations of the lazy gang. It doesn't matter the perception people will think about over here. The fact is, Deemwango finally left and spoke about it. Take it or you leave it. Number two, Deemwango also feared. You must fear. Everybody feared. Even me, where I am and I'm doing Trinidad, I fear, because I'm a content creator and I'm aspiring to travel into the Caribbean. I love them. Now with what is happening, people are also thinking whether they could go or could not go. Are you there? These are not my things. Again, you could see even when Deemwango goes live or any other YouTuber goes live with these issues, majority of people are now saying they wanted to go to Trinidad, now they're not going. That's why my yesterday's rants and my yesterday's expose, I was saying there were better ways the government of Trinidad and the police could have handled these things amicably. Now the international front and every other kind of global affairs are into this matter. And this matter is a matter of a grave concern to everyone. So people must speak about it. It's a matter of a public affair and a public interest. It ain't defamatory, as other people want to attack me that I'm defaming people. I'm not. And I will not. I'm not in that trajectory. And someone cannot come here and gag my freedom of press. I'll speak. If you have issue with it, press charges. Number two, Deemwango also has given the reasons why he kept quiet for that long when Christmas List was arrested without speaking. You know, Deemwango never wanted to interfere with the investigation of the police because the word outside there was leave the police and the systems to do their works. People who are visiting the embassy, because all this tried, Deemwango saw it firsthand and he was there. You know the heat. You know, in as much as you could vex negatively and castigate Deemwango of betraying Christmas List of not speaking about this issue, several YouTubers were there. Coco Girl was there, didn't speak. Coco Boy was there, didn't speak. Very many people who spoke are YouTubers. They were not in Trinidad, they were elsewhere. They spoke because they have all the liberty and freedom of express and the country's laws where they reside. Their laws correspond to the needs of democracy of today. No one gagged them. Well, with what was happening, already the Sedition law has curtailed freedom of speech. So Deemwango was very right, and with the counsel that we offered, Deemwango hid on them not to speak because that was a trap. If Deemwango spoke, she could be behind the bars. She could be behind the bars. So sometimes listening to the lazy gang and trying to speak other things might lead you to a problem. A case study, you see, they've been cheering Masubo. Oh, go. Oh, do this. Now Masubo is arrested. Now they're again cheering when Masubo is arrested. Others are abusing me on my comment section. And I told them, Kitawaramba, I told them one day all these laws will come for you. They couldn't hear. So Deemwango couldn't have spoke. And at last he spoke when it's already exited the Trinidad. Are you there? Again, she's saying she loves Trinidad. But until the laws again is clear, and the Trinidad laws and immigrations officer pronounce themselves on the content creations going forward. Therefore, I think most content creators will think going to Trinidad. You know, Deemwango also spoke about the ordeal and says she hopes Chris shall get justice and all shall be well. She regrets all that happened and she feels it. She just hoped that he was the government. She said Christmas List could have been released a long time ago. So these are the issues that came from these are the issues that also I'm giving my side of opinion and review and analyzing them. So before you come on my comment section to react on things that I don't know, therefore it's up to you. Then that is it. Until next time, this is Senior Zach.